Yo, what up? It's B-Cide here. I wanted to come up on here today and let you know the best decision I ever made was to keep showing up. And the funny thing is, I don't think I ever I don't think I ever consciously made the decision. I think it's just how I'm wired. For the last 25 years, I've just kept showing up. Now, that doesn't mean everything went my way. Far from it. I remember back in 2002, my group traveled to Hamilton, Ohio to play a show called Wicked Stock. We were still in the very early stages of trying to figure everything out. We played the show, the attendance wasn't very good. Afterward, Shiesty was sitting on the ground thinking maybe this wasn't worth doing anymore. And I remember saying, dude, we gotta keep going. Because even though the crowd wasn't what we hoped for, we still traveled, we still performed, we still met people, we still promoted ourselves, we still learned something. And to me, that's not really failure. That's just another step forward to me. And honestly, that's really been my mindset ever since. There were times I'd tell myself, if I'm not famous by the time my driver's license expired, maybe that's it. Then the license expired, and guess what? I kept going. Then another milestone came, and I kept going. Then I got signed to Life or Death Records through Universal with the distribution deal. I thought that was the opportunity I'd been waiting for. Then the label got dissolved before I got to record an album. I could have looked at that and said, maybe this is the end. Instead, I listened back to the music I had already made. I realized I had something worth believing in. So I kept going. And then came the biggest setback of my life. 2 letters, MS, multiple sclerosis. That one almost broke me. I went into a deep depression. My relationship fell apart. The future I thought I was going to have completely disappeared. It was one of the darkest points in my whole life. And honestly, I wasn't sure how I was going to find my way out. But my mom always had what people call a Pollyanna attitude. If you've never heard that term, it's basically a mindset of looking for the good, even when life gives you every reason not to. Like a glass half full way of seeing the world. And little by little, she helped me start believing in tomorrow again. She reminded me that life wasn't over. It was just different. Looking back, that really changed everything. Because eventually, I started creating again. I started building again. I started going live on TikTok. I started connecting with people all over the world. I started writing again, creating again, and actually living again. Do I have the life that I thought I'd have? No, but I finally feel like I have my life back, and not because everything's perfect, but because I never stopped showing up. Looking back, the best decision I ever made wasn't signing a record deal. It wasn't writing a book. It wasn't starting a clothing label, 55 strong. It wasn't going live on TikTok. The best decision I ever made was to keep showing up again the next day, and then the next, and then the next day, and the next. Because people think success comes from one big decision. I don't. I think success comes from making the same decision over and over again. To keep showing up, that's what it's about. Stay strong, stay wicked. Like, subscribe, comment, share this with somebody who you think might need it. It's B-Side. Peace out.